What's up, YouTube? It's JackalGoldKick. It's been a very, very long time since I went live on my main channel. So I'm going to, uh, if it works out, every day when I'm not busy, I'm going to go live for a little bit on my gaming channel and go live on my main channel. That way I can grow two channels at once. Because I'm not getting any older, man. I'm not, you know. Got to make the most of it. I mean, I'm going to move my lamp real quick so you can actually see, you know, what's good. What's up, AC Walker? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully, my audio is coming through clear. Let me know if it is. Be right back. I had to bring the lamp over so you guys get better lighting. Yeah, it's been quite a while since I did this. Yeah, it's clear. Glad to hear. I'm gonna try to move myself more forward because it's kind of weird at being sideways. What up, Jonathan Eats here? How's the new job? I'm learning. One of the worst things about it is I got a lot of foot pain, that's for sure. Having to stand for hours, wore out. Today for sure. Fuck Taco Bell. Yeah. There wasn't nothing happening here. At least at this job I'm working at. Training on the spot. Not just on a computer like it was at Taco Bell. Yo, what's up, Emo Metal 59? Welcome to the stream. But yeah. Where do you work now again? You don't have to say if you don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to. Because I don't want my YouTube. I never want my YouTube to cross paths with the job. Because that's going to cause problems, I feel like. I mean, if it came down to it, I would never delete my channel because something happened with a job. It would never happen. Got it, no problem. But yeah, for those that are in the stream, make sure to give it a like. Yeah, I had me some Cocoa Pebbles cereal a few hours ago. It was really good, and I had a Nutty Buddy. Thoughts on new Resident Evil? I think Resident Evil 9 looks good. Definitely interested in playing it. Um, if my cards get played right, and if I can get the new systems around the time it comes out, I would like to play it. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But it does look good. Um, yeah, I'm curious how the game's gonna turn out. I think it'll be pretty cool. I hate how this stool has I don't know why it does that shit. I have my laptop on a stool and it does this. It's stupid. Whatever. Never have Discord, do you? Nah, I don't. I don't get on it at all. I have no interest in it. I wouldn't even have the time, to be honest. I prefer using Beeper. For those that don't know, Beeper is an app where it combines most of the messages of all apps in one place. Very convenient. You gonna get the PS5 Pro? I'd like to. I definitely would like to save up the money for it. I'd like to see how that goes. I'm excited for the remake of Zero and Code Veronica. I mean, those haven't been confirmed yet. They're just rumors. So I would wait to hear what's going to be said officially. I don't really like to go by rumors because there was before the PS5 came out, there was all these rumors that the PS5 was going to play all PlayStation systems, and it never did. And that was a heavily talked about rumor. I mean, I would love to see the remakes of those games, but I don't want to get my hopes up and then you find out they're not doing it. Hope they remake five. That'd be cool. Personally, I want to see a remake of RE1 again, since I can't get into the old games. I would love to play Resident Evil 1 in the new style, to be honest, over the shoulder style. That'd be really cool. But honestly, I think we'll get to a point where they're going to remake every single game in the series. I think we will get to that point, which will be great. Yeah, I hope they remake RE1 again as well. Yeah, man, that'd be cool. That's definitely my favorite. Yeah, it'd be really cool to see that, man. I'd love to see it too. It would be awesome. I think it would be an awesome remake to see. What is nice about where I work is there's tips, so that's awesome. Honestly, that's really good. They're remaking games like House of the Dead. I'm not sure. I've never played any of those games. What up, Arthur Woodson? Um, do an invest into a PC. I don't need to. I got someone I know that's sending me one next year. He's the one that sent me this camera and this mic. So I'm just gonna wait on him to do it because that's when the best parts will be out. And with me working and running two YouTube channels, I just don't got the time or energy to think about all the parts and all that crap. It's too much. I'll let someone else do it. I mean, I have played it before, but not that often. Yeah. Steam is awesome because it has both PlayStation and Xbox games. It does. But I like physical media, and PC don't have that. When you're going to do another Batman fan unboxing, it probably won't happen. He ain't going to send any more stuff. Uh, it's a dead horse with me and him. Oh, JK. Arthur Woodson, ain't you the same account that made some BS posts about me and Kadeem the King? I know you're not the real Arthur, by the way, because his name is something else. Hey, viewers in the house, cool. Get a stream a like if you haven't already. No, that's not me. My apologies then. What up, One Saw Pictures? Welcome to the stream. That's another Arthur. Oh, okay. Thoughts on the Rocky movies? I love the first one, Rocky Balboa. That is a great series. I only seen the first five because they were only on Netflix and they didn't have any other ones besides the first five. I like one. I like two. I wasn't that big into three, to be honest with you. That's my least favorite. I really liked four. That's the best one. I didn't mind five. I liked Tommy, whatever his name was, the boxer. I liked that one, though it was kind of stupid how he lost everything again. But it's a good series. What's up? What's up, GamerCam24? Welcome to the stream. You're not a mod on here, Wansall, so I'll change that and make you a moderator on here. Rocky One is my favorite movie. Good choice. Rocky One's a good film. Some other good movies with Stallone. Um, I liked, honestly, The Samaritan, I think, is his best modern film. I thought that was one of his better movies out of all those films. Good choice. Um, yeah, that was the only time I actually played the game House of the Dead was when I was at Comic Con at that time. That's awesome. I never got to go to a Comic Con. Um, Gonna hit the club with Eric Melendez battle. Okay, don't know who he is. Um, Other good Stallone films. Let's see. Cobra is awesome. You're the disease. I'm the cure. um, cool guns. The cool blue sunglasses he has. That movie should have been a series, man. Him killing serial killers. Cobra was cool. And then I didn't mind Assassins, but it was a little too long, and we didn't need that love stuff with that female actress. It should have just been Stallone versus Antonio Banderas. Um, ICU Detox is good. I like Over the Top. I thought that was a really cool film. I want to see Lockup someday because that interests me. And plus, it has Donald Sutherland, rest in peace. He's a great villain actor. He kills it all the time. I'm always wanting to go to a Comic Con. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool, man. It would definitely be awesome. Speaking of Rambo wants all pictures, my favorite Rambo type film is actually The Hunted. I don't know if you've seen that one. It has Tommy Lee Jones, Benicio del Toro. Um, it is it's it's the same. It takes from the book just like Stallone's Rambo, but it's more accurate to the book, and it's great. I mean, Benicio del Toro, he's Rambo in that film basically, and he does a great job. It's a very interesting film because it's basically about, without giving too many spoilers, Benicio del Toro is this hunter. He's like killing people. He's going crazy, and Tommy Lee Jones is a tracker going after him. I honestly prefer it over Rambo, to be honest with you, because I didn't mind the first Rambo, but it is what it was. It was good, but I heard the Hunted is good. I haven't seen it though. Yeah, hello there. What's up, Andrew Rebay? Welcome to the stream. Okay, I got to promote two amazing shows. If you don't know anything about them, Shogun on Hulu and uh, From on MGM. Yeah, it'd be cool to watch them, but I don't really have any streaming services anymore. I like to only stick to the free ones. I checked out Paul Blart Mall Cop some time ago, and it's not the best movie ever, but I didn't mind it. It was okay. It's not as good as Observe and Report, but I didn't mind Paul Blart Mall Cop. It was some cool moments in it. Mo Gaming, hi, what's up? Welcome to the stream, Mo Gaming. I have the Hunted on DVD at my dad's house, just haven't gotten to it yet. Yeah. What up, Dark Matt 515? Why you quit Taco Bell? You could have waited a little bit. I just didn't feel like there was nothing happening. There was too much bullshit with them. Come back on this day, and then nothing happens. Oh, you work this day, but then we don't got your shirt. Even though this other place I'm working at, they didn't need me to put on a shirt to work. You know, they had their shit ready. Taco Bell's on some bullshit. So I think I made the right decision. Um, the world is indeed getting darker. What's your thoughts overall on the 2020s this decade? In terms of my own self, it's been good for my own development, but not the best years because of all the crap that's going on. Did you choose to be bald? Nope. It's genes. Happened to me in my teenage years, but I'm fine with it. It is what it is. It is annoying having to shave every 3 day after every 3 days though. Now you made the right choice, Taco. I agree. Played the first 5 chapters of Left 4 Dead 2 at my dad's house recently. Xbox 360 single player, great game so far. That's a good game. I like Left 4 Dead 2. My favorite character is Nick. He's awesome. Definitely a good game. It's, how do I word this? Um, I wish Left 4 Dead had a third one. You ever play Claire Obscure Expedition 33? Nope. True, I like the 2020s personally because of my personal development and involvement, but I am particularly displeased by the chaos that defines it. Deaths, politics, fragmented culture. Yep, pretty much so. What about Chrono Trigger? I haven't played it, but I don't think I'd like it to be honest, because I don't like JRPGs. It's just not my thing. I do like RPGs though. Like I like Summoner. That's an awesome game. I like Fallout 3 and Oblivion, but not so much JRPGs. I hope Left 4 Dead 3 eventually happens for Xbox Series XS. That series needs to come back with how popular horror games and first person shooters are right now. Yeah, it does. Left 4 Dead 3, I would love to see happen. Um, you know, because all these games that have tried to copy Left 4 Dead have failed. Redfall failed. That game Evolve that nobody remembers, that failed. Back for Blood sucked. Like they keep trying to chase something that they can't replicate. You know, and I think it's because you don't have the right people involved, of course, because they're spiritual successors that can be done right. The Evil Within, good spiritual successor to RA4. Inversion, good clone of Gears of War. Fracture, another good clone of Gears of War. And to be honest, Left 4 Dead's the only first person exclusive zombie series I like. I'm not all that into Dead Island or Dying Light or just stuff like that. Left 4 Dead's one of the only ones that works for me. I just love that Left 4 Dead is simple. It has great iconic characters, it's unique, and you got guns. Good series. I need to rebuy the first one because I don't have the Game of the Year edition anymore. Right? I mean, I never had it, but I traded in the original first one, which I regret, to be honest. I definitely regret it. I got to play Dutch and Mycon. It's not that great. I was disappointed with it. And at the end of the game, I don't want to spoil it. When will the 10th generation of gaming release? PS6, Xbox, not announced. I know the Switch 2 came out. That hasn't been all that significant as previous console releases. People seem very tired of gaming. Maybe so. The 10th generation will probably happen 2027 maybe or late 2026. I heard Back 4 Blood sucked. I probably won't play it. Yeah, it wasn't that great. Plus, it's got a lot of DRM bullshit. And Back 4 Blood is too complicated because you have this hub area you walk around, a bunch of people to talk to. You have fucking all the card system. It's like, why do you make it so complex? Just keep it simple, like Left 4 Dead was. What is your favorite Dead Rising game? The first one. It has a horror tone. I prefer the engine it uses over the other games, the MT Framework engine, because it's got a good quality to it. I love the soundtrack. I love the Psychopaths. That was the best version of Frank West. I love Brad. He's like my second favorite character in that game. That game is just legendary. I do want to play the remaster. I haven't played it yet or seen anything about it. Do you think the eighth generation of gaming would be slightly or radically different without the Great Recession, or will the Xbox One still fail, especially Wii U and Sony still dominates? It would be different because the Great Recession is why we had an extended seventh generation, which was a blessing in disguise. I actually liked that the seventh generation was so long. You know, I think the days of old where console generations were shorter, they shouldn't apply anymore. Games take a lot longer to come out. It's expensive with these new consoles. I think the console generation should be longer, but the seventh generation would have been a lot shorter. We probably would have gotten the new consoles much sooner. Um, so the Xbox One and PS4 might have been earlier in the 2010s, so that would have been different. Um, the Xbox One would have failed. It's hard to say. Maybe it would have turned out different. I guess the Wii U probably would have failed. Maybe still. Sony and Microsoft, it's 50-50 without the recession. Gears of War 2 is my favorite game of all time with Xbox 360. That is a good game. Ever play the Souls type games? Yeah, I can't get into them. It's nothing to do with the challenge. It's just they don't really click for me. That's about it. Bethesda should honestly do more single player survival horror games like The Evil Within. Yeah, Microsoft had it. That's what pisses me off about Xbox. You buy Bethesda, you have Tango Gameworks, you have alignment with Shinji Mikami. It will have been a great exclusive for your console is hey, we got Shinji Mikami, the maker of Resident Evil. He's going to make this exclusive Evil Within 3 game with a high budget. Would have been awesome, but no. They fired Tango Gameworks. Like, come on, man. I hope Silent Hill F will be good. Yeah, hopefully so. When I was growing up, whenever I got home from school, I would get on my Wii U and play Wii Sports Resort. That's cool. I wouldn't mind trying the Wii U one day because something that does look better about it compared to Wii is you actually have a controller, unlike the fucking Wii. I hate the motion control Nintendo Wii. It's garbage, man. I think because of the way the controller is and how not all the games use regular controllers on the Wii, I would say that's the worst console of all time, in my opinion. Easily. I'd rather play the Xbox One because at least you have a controller. You know, the Wii has classic controller, but sub JGK, what's up, Tesla, Devotee, 369, welcome to the stream. I used to play Super Smash Bros. Brawl on the Wii. That's cool. I briefly played that with an ex friend of mine, but I didn't get too far in it. Did you watch Resident Evil series on Netflix? What a colossal piece of shit that was. I tried. I couldn't even. I don't even think I could make it past episode one. It was awful, to be honest. Terrible. I used to play Super Mario Bros. Someone's playing their shitty rap music outside. I used to play Super Mario Bros. And Sonic the Hedgehog on Nintendo DS. Yeah, that's cool. What's your favorite Halo game? I could never get into the Halo series. I tried Dark Souls 2. I didn't mind the story, but I hated the difficulty. Yeah, it's understandable. Yes, the Evil Within is difficult. That was a fun, difficult game. Dark Souls is frustratingly unnecessarily hard. Yeah. The Resident Evil Welcome to Operation Raccoon City, that's the worst movie in the series by far. The Xbox One could have done better if it had more third party games, especially PC games. I know the Great Recession was a part of it, but I think things could have been better. I think what would help the Xbox One, because something to give credit is it did have exclusives at launch. You know, it had Dead Rising 3, it had Rise Son of Rome, it had Sunset Overdrive. You know, they had their head on straight with that. It's just the other bullshit. You know, if they didn't do that, you know, it's like every time a company does well, the next generation they are fucking arrogant. Dark Souls is not for me. Yeah, the best thing Xbox has done though is backwards compatibility. They do it better than anyone. Sony, you only get PS4. Nintendo, it's all digital and cloud. At least, you know, Xbox, they're the best backwards compatibility. Greatest console of all time, Xbox 360. Same choice. I reviewed that on my Game Made channel, Jackal Gold Games, and yeah, it's my favorite. Just the best. I never played Dark Soul ever again. I keep on breaking my Xbox controller. Once on picture, LMAO, yeah. 10 people, awesome. Give the stream a thumbs up and like. Smash that like button. Have you ever played Killzone before? Nah. All I prefer is most PlayStation exclusive games over Xbox. I will say Xbox has a better backwards compatibility. Xbox has some good exclusives, though. Yeah, they got amazing backwards compatibility. True, the Sega Dreamcast was in a similar situation with the Xbox One. Sega got ignorant too after the success of the Sega Genesis. Sega Saturn is the closest failure to the Xbox One. Yeah. Um, I never got to play Sega systems, but the Dreamcast looks cool. What up? What's up, BKTV official? Welcome to the stream. I never got to play a Sega Saturn before, yeah, neither have I. They should how do I word this? They should do a classics edition of a lot of Sega systems. A Dreamcast classic, you know, I would like to see a Dreamcast classic and an N64 classic and a GameCube classic and a PS2 classic. That'd be cool. Bro, you should really consider game testing. My friend works for Bandai Co. It's a sweet gig. um, what's he do in terms of game testing? Can you just get in? Can you just get into game testing like no problem, or do you need like a certificate? Like, how does that work? Have you ever owned a Game Boy before? No. Well, I had one of them. It was like the purple one that was like this. It's pretty cool. Best bet to play House of the Dead 1996 is either emulation or arcade. Yeah, most likely. How different would Xbox be if they accepted Sega as a partner association with Xbox? Uh, I think that would have helped Microsoft games to be more successful and the Xbox One different. That'd be cool. You know, it definitely would have helped them out. I wish Sega would bring back Condemned. That's a good series. That was a good exclusive that the first one had, 360. Favorite PlayStation exclusive game? Mine is the Silent Hill 2 remake. Interesting question. When I think about PS1, PS2, 3, and 4, hmm, um, maybe, shit, maybe, trying to think. Hmm, it's a tough one. Hey, what's up, Nate Dogg? Welcome to the stream. I'm not sure, honestly. I can't think of an answer. Doing good. That's good. What if that Sega will work for Nintendo? Sega games will be Nintendo exclusive. That'd be cool. That would be pretty cool. My favorite Xbox exclusive game is Gears of War 2. Good choice. Good game. Yeah, I know Gears of War Reloaded came out on PS5. It's cool to get Gears of War on PlayStation, you know? It's really awesome. I'm going to pin this comment. For some reason, like I said, this stupid stool, I hate it. Whatever. Yes, you just have to know a lot about games. You interview you and ask you things like explain glitches that you have seen, etc. There's a lot of monotonous tasks like breaking every window. Yeah, maybe someday. I need to check out. I could DM you with more info if you're interested. Sure. Oh, Kingdom Hearts 4 is good. They better have Finding Nemo World. Yeah, I never got much into Kingdom Hearts, but I know the third one disappointed people. I need to check out Prototype 1 and 2. Although I didn't miss 1 and 2. Yeah, Prototype. My favorite's Prototype 2. I thought that was the most fun one. I liked how it had a lot of color. I liked James Heller. He was a fun main character. Uh, yes, Swansell Pictures always played Gears of War 2. A lot of my friends in the Xbox 360 back in my high school years. Yeah, that's me with part three. What era of entertainment, music, and gaming was the best overall? 2010s, late 2010s, late 90s, early 2000s, 2000, 2003, 80s, early to mid 90s. It's like I want to give it to the 2000s for gaming, but then I like music from the 2010s the most, so it's kind of a tie for me. Because 2010s, all them underground rappers I loved, you know. So, have you ever gotten into a Final Fantasy game? No, I can never get in, never could get into them. I tried though. I don't like the turn-based gameplay, and even what they do with with 15, I couldn't get into. Bro, nachos kick ass. Just saying, yeah, they do. One of my favorite nachos to have, like when you get those Lunchables with the little nachos and the cheese in it. That's like addicting. I love that shit. It's always been so damn good. Um, Thoughts on the Hellraiser movies? I like the first two from the 1980s. Um, Also, have you seen the trailer of the upcoming single player horror game Hellraiser Revolver PS5? Looks great. Never seen the movies. The game did look good. That's the best looking horror movie turned into a game I've seen because they're not doing the dumb shit that Friday the 13th and all these other games do where it's like, let's make it multiplayer. You know, it's like, fuck that shit. Make a single player campaign. That's what I want. I'm glad they're doing that with Hellraiser. It's about fucking time. You know, speaking of horror movies, a game series I really want to try is the Saw games, man. Because I really like the Saw films. They put some Saw games in 360. I got to get those games, man. I'm very curious about them. What your horror movie? Are you asking favorite horror movie would be the hmm, maybe maybe the original Evil Dead or the Collector. I think of underground rappers like Fix Craven and JB and others alike, etc. With mainstream, I think the 2010s rap wouldn't have sucked as much. Yep, they should have gotten a chance. I wish they were still around, man, because hip hop is so dry. Like to me, the 2010s is the shittiest decade for hip hop ever because there's nobody in the mainstream I'm interested in, and there's nobody in the underground I'm interested in. It's a horrible fucking decade. It sucks. AI is the only thing I care about. AI music. Hey, Jackal, what's up, Dynasty Heroes? Welcome to the stream. Favorite Friday the 13th movie? Mine is Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter with Friday the 13th Part 2, a close second. I would say Part 2. I liked the main character the most in that one, and I thought it was cool with Jason having a bag on his head. Dude, Saw game, really good game. I saw 1 and 2 game on 360, and it's a great game. Yeah, I'm interested in them because I like the Saw movies personally. You know, my favorite Saw movie is Saw 2 because I like Jeff. He's the one that cuts Jigsaw's throat, you know. The guy in Saw, like, since you know Gears of War 2, the guy in Saw 2 that has like the buzz cut and goatee and he's taking people's shit off their neck. Remember that guy? He looks just like Dom from Gears of War. If they want to do a Gears of War movie, pick him for Dom because he looks just like him. I swear he does. He's got the muscles too. Um, Maya's carried both versions. That's cool. Was mainstream rap really that bad in the late 2000s before the 2010s came from your experience? It was still good. It was just the 2010s sucked for mainstream. Also, the SoundCloud era of the rap 2010s made the 2010s era rap pretty terrible. Yeah, it did. I want to see a single player Friday the 13th game where it would take place after part two, where you play as Ginny and have it be like Until Dawn. That'd be cool. You know what else would be cool? A Jeepers Creepers game. Just don't have the sicko Victor involved. I'd like to see a Jeepers Creepers game. Um, my favorite horror movie is Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. Never seen it. You know what I thought would always been cool? A like a movie series, like a spin-off, um, where someone plays as like a or someone is a bounty hunter, and his story is that he hunts down all the famous slashers. Michael Myers, Jason. Like one movie, he goes against Jason, he goes up against Michael. A bounty hunter series. I think that'd be badass. How close are you to getting the platinum on Man of Medan? I got two more playthroughs to do, then I'll be done with it. But I haven't had as much time in the game due to working now. And plus, I'm gonna put time into a gaming channel and this channel split. They signed Juice World, Greater Productions. He went from Juice the Kid to a pop rap artist. Expectation honestly was to the rapper. He goes to SoundCloud. Yeah, I don't like either of those rappers. They do nothing for me as musicians. Have you played Manhunt 1 and 2 game before? Nope. Thoughts on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies? I like the original part 2003 remake. Love that series. I'm a big fan of that series. That might be, you know what, that's my favorite slasher series. Love the first one. It feels like the original. It feels like it actually happened with the way it's filmed. The second one's my favorite because of Chop Top, and I love Dennis Hopper with two chainsaws, badass. The third one's all right. It was just kind of weird how Ken Foray lives after getting chainsawed in the head. Um, I like the remake, but I like the prequel to the remake more because I thought it was better. Um, Texas Chainsaw 3D sucked. It was the worst one in the series. I never seen the one with Matthew McConaughey. Um, Leatherface, I didn't mind, but it felt like a Devil's Rejects ripoff. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the newest one, the one that was on Netflix, fucking sucked. It was awful. Instead of bringing Fix Craven and Dennis, they brought Juice and X, who talked more about Trevor's women and desperation of life. Yep. Dynasty Warriors Origins was announced for Switch 2. Wonder how it'll run. Yeah, I wonder how it'll run as well. It must have been a success for them to port it on Switch 2. That's another game I need to play if I ever get a new console. I love that horror movie, Call Stay Alive. I know it's a overrated movie. I like it. I don't know if I've seen that. I remember once in a live stream, the Italian Stallion 51 called Texas Chainsaw 3D Texas. Fuck off 3D. Yeah, that film is so bad, man. It's terrible. What's up, Iron Man 2008? Hi, I thought you weren't gonna stream on your main channel now. I changed my mind. I figured, the best way to the best way to help both like two channels is like, why do I just want to put on a one? When I can split time up and put something into two channels at once. I think it'll be more beneficial, to be honest. Nintendo has also announced Virtual Boy games. They're releasing the Virtual Boy. I don't know what's possessed them to do it. Yeah, I have no interest in the Virtual Boy. I don't care about that stuff. I just don't care about a lot of that really old stuff. I have no interest in it. Text Chainsaw 3D is the third worst to me. Yeah, the number one worst is Next Generation, then second rank worst 2022 sequel. Yeah, the 2022 sequel is horrible. Um, so many dumb moments in that. Movie about Stay Alive, you died in video game, you died in real life. It sounds cool. I was gonna watch it one day, I think. Mm. Excuse me. I kind of love Existentation music. He is a funny dude, good personality. That's cool. I did think it was cool that he was a fan of Blood on the Dance Floor. I thought that was interesting that he mentioned that in the interview. I have to go now. I'm going to help someone aside. I'll talk later. All right. See you once all pictures. I think what I'll have as my last meal today is I have a Jimmy Dean croissant, some Doritos. I think that would be pretty good. Maybe your dad used to make you do sports. What was the sport you were best at? Um, Really, none of them, honestly, because I wasn't passionate about it and it wasn't me. Switch Zombie should make movie out of Dead Island or Dying Light. Um, hmm, maybe Dying Light if I had to pick. Do you also not care for PS1 or 64 and such? I wouldn't say that. I like some old school gaming, but anything before like SNES and N64, I didn't grow up on it. And some of those games for me are just too old to get into. Like I tried playing one of the Link Zelda games on the NES. It was way too old and dated for me. Same thing with this Captain America game. Like those side scroller games where you're just walking, and you just shoot at enemies. I just don't like that style. Especially with how games are now, where you have cutscenes and characters talking. Like I love how much more in depth games are now compared to back then. But I like some old stuff. It's just anything older than SNES. Uh, nah. I wish basketball and baseball was more popular over here. Yeah, like those other old games, like the shooters where you move a thing and then it shoots up, or Tetris. I have no interest in playing those games. I wish basketball and baseball was more popular over here. Yeah, it seems like soccer is really taking it over. I prefer how video games are made now, even going back to the sixth generation and even fifth generation. I just prefer where we got to video games. That's why a lot of indie games don't interest me, because a lot of indie games are like 2D side scrollers. I don't know. I'm not really into that style, to be honest with you. I don't know. Maybe I like Mario, I guess, but yeah. The NES is pretty much as far back as I go with games. Atari and older is too jarring with without a lot of substance. The only exception is arcade stuff like Pac-Man, Space Invaders. That's how I feel, man. You're right about that. That's the problem. A lot of that old stuff, I'm sure for its time it was amazing, but a lot of it nowadays doesn't have substance. That's what I run into with certain games like Kill Switch on PS2. Cool, it influenced Gears of War, but it's fucking boring because it's very bare bones as a third person shooter. There's not any real substance to it. That's kind of my problem as well. That's why some of the old consoles I got sent by Larry, it's like, I don't care about this shit. I really don't care about this shit. I would just rather turn my PS4 on or get a new console than play any of that shit in there. I stopped playing video games since 2021. Yeah, it's understandable. Not saying those games shouldn't exist. It's a part of history, but I do wish there was more like them games, though. Yeah. Did you also get sent an NES console? It's like a system that plays NES and SNES games. I haven't messed around with it too much. Even like some collections I was sent. Like I was sent some collections on 360, the Sega collection. And some of the games on there, like a game where you play as a dolphin and just like, I don't know. I love how games are made now, to be honest. You know, you have a story, you got cutscenes, it's just so much more immersive and dynamic now. it's the same thing with music, to be honest. Like older music, I'm not into, but I think it also comes down to what you grow up in. What you're into. Because I'm sure people that grew up with those games feel that same way maybe about new games or new music. I don't know, but I feel that way even with music. A lot of that older music, like um, not all of it, but some of it. PlayStation 1 and 64 is when games became something more. I agree. That's when it changed the game. That's where I started. N64 is the first console I played. That's where it started. I did briefly play. I don't know if anyone knows this game. It was on the SNES where you played as a pig. It's like a side scroller. I did like that game. I can't remember what the hell it was called though. I stopped playing video games in 2021. That's fine. I had a little phase where I was out of games, but it was for reasons that I didn't figure out till later. First game I remember playing was Spyro the Dragon, Final Fantasy 7 or 8 or Medieval, and this was 25 years ago, and they are still as good today as they were then. Yeah, I could get that. That's how I feel about Banjo, Resident Evil 4, the original, games like that. A game series that I want to get into more that I have not kept up with in a while is Tekken. Because I really love Tekken 5. I like Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection even more. Um, I need to play the new ones. I want to play 7, especially 8, because I do like that style. I'm definitely more of a Tekken guy than a Mortal Kombat guy, to be honest with you. Because I like King. He's half human, but he's got like a tiger head. Marduk's my favorite character because he's this bald wrestler guy. I love in Tekken 5 how he took those two boxers and fucking push them against each other, and he rips the ring, whatever that shit is, like it was nothing. Played Tekken games too, awesome. They were fun. Yeah, man, they were great. King's my favorite. Yeah, King was awesome, man. He's cool. I like Jinpachi. Um, I like Jin. I like Devil Jin. I like Lei or something. The cop. Um, I like the old man. I like the Bruce character. I think is his name. He was like a. I don't. I forgot his fighting style. But he was cool. Uh, TG Venom refers to this guy as Russian Marilyn Manson, which is true. Dragonov or whatever. He was cool in Dark Resurrection. I like Jack Five or whatever his name was. He was badass. We also played Tekken 3, which is on PS1. I didn't get to. I may have played that because I remember one of the Tekken games. I don't know if it was Tag Tournament, which is also good. There was like these extra modes where you could play Tekken 1, 2, or 3, something like that. It was pretty awesome. Like you had an option to play the old games. But I grew up on them games, played them a lot. Um, Played Tekken 4 as well. Uh, oh yeah, another character I like is Hurang. I liked him. I also like Steve, the boxer. I forgot what the redhead guy's name is, but I like him too. I'm trying to think about the other characters I like. Um, Kazuya's cool. Trying to think about the other ones. Let's see. I like the bear, the panda. Oh, I like Brian Fury. He's cool. Reminds me of Krauser from Resident Evil. I like, is his name Yoshimitsu or something? He's pretty cool. I like the rival shit him and Brian Fury have. Very nice, yeah. I was never in arcade fighting games, but I played some like Soul Calibur 2 and 4. Tekken 6 was completely different from the other games. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and some Dead or Alive. Yeah, I need to try more fighting games. Like, I'd like to try the Soul Calibur series out. Because there's some ones on PS2, and I know there was a game where they had different characters on each platform. Um, Marvel vs. Capcom never played, but I know Frank West is in one of them. Dead or Alive never played. I'll probably stay far away from those games. Um, at least the beach volleyball ones. I will never touch those games. Even if I get fully sober from my addiction, I'm staying far away from those games. I got no business playing those. Problem is, Jackal, most fighting games have X-rated content. Fuck. That fucking sucks, dude. So other good fighting games is Def Jam. Def Jam Vendetta, Def Jam Fight for New York. Def Jam Vendetta is cool. It's more like a wrestling game. Fight for New York is more like a fighting game. That one was cool. You know, you could create your own character, and yeah, Def Jam was awesome. But I don't know if people are into hip hop, I don't know if they'd like those games as much as I did. You know, maybe you got to be a rap guy. Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects. That's a good fighting game. Suppose beach volleyball for your addiction, right? Oh yeah, I definitely would. Definitely would. The thing about fighting games, though, the only thing that intimidates me about fighting games is when I tried playing Injustice in Mortal Kombat 10 back in the day on 360, I got my ass kicked online, and I would rage, man. It would piss me off. Maybe you got to learn the games. Maybe I could, but I did like Injustice 1, you know. You should try Dynasty Warriors the first game since it's a fighting game. Yeah. I'm honestly surprised they haven't tried going back to that style. Just for one new game, they returned to it. I'm surprised they haven't. I have Tekken Dark Resurrection on PSP. I should play it. Um, I think PS3 has a game called. I think there's like a Tekken game on PS3 that's kind of hard to get a good copy of it on emulation. You have component cables for your PS3 to save a component. It has Nobunaga and Hideyoshi and its bonus characters. Oh, what? I never even knew that, dude. That's crazy. My mind is blown. Like, how did I never find? How did I never do that? Like, what? I wonder how they look because that's pre Samurai Warriors. Holy shit! I'm gonna look that up real quick. Actually, let me look that shit up. Dynasty uh, Warriors One Nobunaga. I gotta see how he looks. Let's see. Oh, that's a different game. Hmm. He looks. Oh, there's a YouTube video. Let me pull this shit up. Yeah, fuck it. An interactive for y'all. Um, Let me click on the video. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. I just want to see what it looks like. Oh, there he is. Interesting design. It's kind of similar to his design from Samurai Warriors 1, the alternate costume. That's pretty cool. Um, I want to look up Hideyoshi's design real quick. It's interesting. I want to see Hideyoshi's. I never even knew this shit, man. That's crazy. Wow, there's like no footage. There's nothing on here of Hideyoshi. What the hell, man? Someone's got to get footage of that shit. Okay. He's not called Hideyoshi in the game, though. Okay. Would you ever be interested in buying VHS movies from now? Yeah, because there's some movies that are only on VHS still. I love Finding Nemo. I understand Nemo so much. That's a good movie. What is this video I've been recommended? I'm curious about it. It's like things I've noticed about something. What the fuck is it? I can't find it. Fuck. Eh. Oh well. Whatever. He's called Tukichi. Oh, okay. Yep. I'll have to look that name up then, see what he looks like. Oh wow, he's small as shit. And he's balding. Oh wow, that's crazy. Oh, speaking of Dynasty Warriors, Dynasty Heroes, have you ever played that Dynasty Warriors online game? I played that like briefly years ago. I didn't get far in it. Is it still up and running? Nobody ever talks about that game. Um, hey, how you been, Jackal? What's up, Chewy? Welcome to the stream. I've been good. Yeah, I tried it a bit before it closed. Oh, it closed. That sucks. Hello, JackalGoldKick. What's up, Chris Kevin? Welcome to the stream. It's a damn shame that game closed. That's the problem with online shit. Is it eventually just shuts down and it's done. You know, hate it. It really is a shame. Watched the video. And there are so many Musu games we didn't get, like Strike Force 2. I didn't know about the canceled Musu games. You have to send me that video. I didn't know there was going to be a Strike Force 2. Games that already came out, you mean? I also have never played Samurai Warriors Chronicles. I'd like to try it out someday. I need to play Samurai Warriors 4 Empires, Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires, Dynasty Warriors 9, Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. Um, then, yeah, I haven't played the State of War. Yeah. Jackal Gold Kid would obviously never invest in a CRT TV. No, I had one, waste of time, didn't need it. Retro games look fine on a modern TV as long as you got the right outputs. But anyway, I'm gonna go take care. All right, see you, Nate Dog. Curious to play Dynasty Wars next on Vita. Yeah, that game looks interesting. It's based on like DW7, which is pretty awesome. Kind of strategy games want to try you? Nah. I tried playing this one. It was like a Predator game for the original Xbox. Didn't like it. Um, yeah, I don't know much about them genres. I mean, I haven't really tried them to be fair, so I don't know if I could say I'm not. I also haven't played. Well, technically, we never got SW3 XL or Empires. I'd like to play those. Um, there's also Samurai Warriors. Well, I'm trying to think of other ones I haven't played. Yeah, because you have a modern TV that has component ports in the back. Just get one of those your PS2 and put cables in there. Yep. I want to try one of the Romance of Three Kingdoms games or Nobunaga's Ambition. Yeah, I have Dynasty Tactics. I, what is it called? I'm trying to remember what it's called. There's a different version of Dynasty Warriors where it's different. Where like Liu Bei is the one in a relationship with Diao Chan, which is way different. Kessen, yep. Hmm. There's also Sengoku Basara, um, but we only got Devil Kings or whatever. I would Dynasty Heroes. I would definitely be curious on you eventually playing Samurai Warriors 5. I think it's worth the playthrough because despite my issues, I did have fun with that game. I liked a lot of the ideas they've had with it. If they just would have tweaked it and fixed some stuff, they could have followed it up with a good entry. Because Samurai Warriors 5 has my favorite version of Mitsuhide, that's for sure. He's awesome in that game. Especially just a lot of the new playable characters. Guess if 3 changed to Goku period. Oh, okay. There's this big speculation about like some people saying, would they ever cover Hideyoshi going to war with Korea in a Samurai Warriors game? And they say they wouldn't because it would cause like too much bad blood or whatever with Korea and Japan, um, which is a shame because it would be nice to get that part of the story. I played Pokemon Conquest on DS, which is a crazy spin-off you wouldn't think was real. Yeah, that's a series I don't know what I think of because I did watch Pokemon as a kid, like briefly. Um, I yeah, I didn't mind it. Um, as for the other stuff, like hmm, Pokemon Conquest, I did play. Trying to think about other shit. The only problem I'm running into though, guys, with working is like things are getting neglected. Diet, exercise. Like I don't even have the energy to exercise, and I don't like that honestly. I don't know what to do. What's going on, man? What's up, Zagdy Productions? That's why I don't know how I feel about working the rest of my 20s. Like, because, man, how am I supposed to keep up on walking and dumbbell working out? Like, I don't get how that's supposed to work, man. Pokemon Conquest is similar where characters you didn't know what it was. That's pretty awesome. Because, like, yes, it's nice to work, finally get some money, but at the expense of not being able to exercise as much and have a good shape, that don't sit right with me. I don't know, man. That's why when I'm not working, YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. The secret to get a job that allows you to be active, like landscaping. That's true. I recently got a new job myself. I'm working on getting another car. Some family members need to step the fuck out of the way, though. I hear that. Being self-employed is the way to go, but it's risky. I agree. It is risky. That's why I'm going to do everything I can with YouTube for the rest of my 20s. You know, when I'm not working, I'm going to stream some on gaming channel, stream some on here. There's nothing wrong with quitting your job though. Every now and then, you know, you're not forced to stay. So it's retail work. I did along with taking paper plays. That's good. I'm in like the food beverage business. I am on my feet at least, so that's something. I need to do more fasting. I could do that. Try landscaping, pest control, or warehouse jobs. Again, it'd be really chill or backbreaking though. It depends. Yeah, yeah. Warehouse stuff is something else. Is Larry fine leaving you alone now? Yeah, we don't have any kind of interaction. My calorie intake ain't been too bad today, though. To be honest, I mean, I did. I put off eating until around like 2 o'clock when I got back from work, which is good. At the very least, I think if I just watch the calories, that's a start. At the very least, I think I had about 900 calories a day so far, so I've been doing pretty good. I eat so unhealthy, but I don't have a crazy calorie intake. I hear that. It's hard, man. I've never had a good relationship with food, to be honest with you. It's always been a problem for me. You know, like if I, like if I see some honey buns or nutty buddies, it's hard for me not to say. It's hard for me to say no to them. Part of my issue is I can't be bothered to cook for just myself. Yeah, I hear that. I would just get like processed foods. You know, get some microwavable burgers, microwavable White Castle stuff, um, or like get you some pizza you can just make in the oven. That's simple. You don't want to full on cook. Or if you want easy cooking, get like you can get like burgers from the store, frozen patties, and just make them in the pan. I'm actually going to add real quick to my calculator how many calories it had. Let me do that real quick. Last time you fasted, it's been since a few weeks. I feel like it's a little risky to do it because I noticed my job performance today was affected because I was hungry. So it's kind of, damn, it's a tough pickle, really. Let me add this shit real quick. Um, I'll have to figure out the rest when I get a chance because I only have Mountain Dew right now. I trade a lot of fish, which is healthy and provides protein. That's good. What pisses me off about working, dude, is that like I just don't have the same, like I can't walk like I used to anymore, especially because the feet hurt and I'm wore out. And then yeah, I just the trade offs suck to be honest with you. It really does. That's why I'm just gonna keep saving the money I make from this job, and then maybe I could, you know, go without a job eventually temporarily and focus on other things in my life. I don't know. We will have to see what I do. I just see money as a necessity to freedom, pretty much. I mean, I was able to survive without a job for a while, but I'll tag along for now, you know? Honestly, I skip breakfast. It's better to do that. And the reason I want to get in shape is when I look back at like old pictures of me, I've always been fat and chubby. Always. Whether it was 2006, 2005. And I don't want that for the rest of my 20s, man. I don't. I really don't want that. You know, one of the big pluses when I wasn't working, I could lock in 3 days dumbbell workout. I could walk every single day and burn 1,000 calories. That shit was amazing. There's no way I could do that with this job shit. No fucking way. So it's like a gift. It's like a yin and a yang. You know, you're trading off shit. You know. Yeah. How does unemployment social security work in the USA over here if you are unemployed? You just have to attend a job center shows you are trying to find work. Right. Mhm. I'm not quite sure to be honest. I don't know how to answer that. I guess one of the I'm glad I don't work at like a McDonald's though, because I feel like man, you'd be really prone to getting fat, just even really overweight. Because I love me some McDonald's. There is some annoying things about working though. It's like people critique this, they critique that, and they tell you to do this when you already know you're doing that. There's some annoying shit like that. To be honest with you, I think you would get sick of eating it eventually, though. Hey, you would. You definitely would. For now, I'll go through it, save up money from it, and then see what I'll do next. I guess. Because you don't have a spending addiction. Yeah, you know, for me, I think if I keep my money offline and not online, like if my money's on a card, I'm so much more tempted to spend when it's online, just because I know so many things I can do with it. Like for me, I think the only big purchase I'll make is getting new consoles. That's about it. Like if I have those, for the most part, I'll be set. But again, that creates this problem where it's like, well, what if this game comes out? You know, it's just like fuck. Like I don't have phone service, and I use someone else's phone for phone service. I like to keep it that way. That's less money I have to spend. You know, like I'm grateful that we get food stamps, so I don't have to spend money on food. Because fuck all that shit. Food stamps is the way to go, man. It's for damn sure. Spend money on groceries. Good luck on that shit. It's a nightmare. It's a disaster. Not to be sexist, but I feel like us men are more likely to save because we don't care as much about clothes or makeup, among other things. That's true. That's why for me, I'm glad I'm single. I'm glad I'm not with someone. I'm glad I don't have kids. Because then if I had kids, there would be no way I'd ever be able to be financially free or save up money. I'd be fucked. Glad I don't have a car. I think if you live at home, your parents would be buying groceries. Yeah. Like we have food stamps, so we're good for the most part. It just gets a little tough at the end of the month. That's the only time we spend money on food. But for the most part, the food stamps help. Like these days, you can't live on your own, at least in my opinion. It's too much money. Um, yeah. Like I used to think, oh man, these people like no, like I'm blessed, honestly. I'm glad I'm not like people younger than me or my age where they have kids, because that shit's like fuck that, dude. Cost too damn. Just like it's just like Mike Epps said in his stand up years ago. Cost too much to be fucking with them kids. Yeah, it's true. I don't know if he meant it that way, but if it's to my definition, it's true. And plus, this YouTube shit's my passion. This is like that's the thing. That's what separates me from not to put someone down, but that's what separates me from like regular people that work 9 to 5 and they just go home. I'm not like that. I get home, I do YouTube. I have this thing inside of me that's special and unique, which is want to do YouTube. Like that's something special about me on the inside. Like a feeling to record and create. It's special, you know. It's like people that make music. It's a special thing about me. Always has been, always will be. Um, you know. Makes me special, to be honest. But it's not to put people down, you know. We need all those other people. We need firefighters, police officers, all that. But that's a special. Are you working 9 to 5? Yep. It's full time. I'm gonna save from that as much as I can. May I ask Jackal, how old are you? 25. When I lived at home with my parents, never had to spend money on anything apart from games, my phone bill, and car stuff. Yeah, I honestly like that luxury. You know, it's like I could live on my own eventually, which would be nice, but I honestly wouldn't want to do that until like it'd have to be. I think the only way you could live alone these days, income from 9 to 5, income from your passion and side hustle stuff, like, or else you ain't gonna make it. It's gonna be impossible. Phil, I moved out when I was 27. Yeah, these days it's normal to live with roommates or your parents. It's normal because look how expensive shit is. You know, basically what I'm gonna do, the money I make from 9 to 5, the money I get from YouTube, just gonna save it unless I need to spend money on something, help out in the house. I'm saving that shit, man. I'm gonna be as frugal as I fucking can. If I don't need to get phone service, I don't need to get phone service. If I can just stick with this phone, I'm gonna stick with this phone. If I need to have a PS4, I have a fucking PS4. Fuck it. I know someone who's in their 50s lives with their parents. Honestly, I think people are allowed to do what they want, whatever makes them happy. You know, if everybody was the same, world would be boring. What type of job is it? Let's just say it's like food and beverage, basically. 26, basically pushing 30, but people Earl, I think I'm 17. LOL. Are you the Wrathful Sage? Yeah, people always get an age wrong. That's why I want to make the most of my 20s with the money I save up. You know, that way I at least tried something. And I'm lucky in a lot of ways. I don't smoke cigarettes, never have, so I don't got to worry about spending money on cigarettes. I don't have an alcohol addiction, so I'm going to buy alcohol. Um, I don't need to buy a whole bunch of pair of shoes. I'm blessed in a lot of ways. People in real life say I look way younger than my age. Yeah, I hear that too from me at least. Yeah, I don't smoke or drink, which saves a lot of money. Exactly. You know, being frugal is the way to go. You know, I'll walk to work. I don't need a car. I don't need to spend money on a bus. I don't need to spend money on gas. I don't need to pay for Lyft. I don't need to have all the pairs of shoes, all that shit. I don't drink or smoke either. Yep. It's like I will stick with these consoles I have for as long as I can, but I know I'll eventually break and get the new systems. It's fine, you know. I will. I will. I know. I just know myself. I can save up, but I know eventually I will break and get those new systems. But it is what it is, you know. Got to have some type of fun in life. It's a one-time purchase at least. Yeah, you know. Eventually, I will get those new systems. Eventually, I will. It's like it. The plan is like a save eventually where I get the systems, but then I have some money left. That's kind of what I want to do. It's kind of the plan. My pay is bi-weekly, so that's kind of good. You know, I'll get bigger checks because of that. I'm just gonna right now what I'm working on building up finances, and I'll have enough finances saved up where if I do get the new consoles, I won't be completely broke. That's the plan. That's probably what I'll end up doing. Man, I'm like shaking hungry. It's just I don't want to make food because then the stream's gonna, my ex would have her money spent for the month. Like the first day she got it would stress me out because then she would ask borrow money. Yeah, see, that's one of the see, man. That's why I'm glad I'm not in a relationship. It's not. I don't have friends in real life. I'm not in a relationship, so less reasons to spend money. The only person I'm spending money on, or it's like my mom needs help, or if, I've lived with people. That's one thing. Emergency, that's one thing. But I don't have to worry about giving money to a woman or any of that shit. I'm in a relationship with at least. If you decide on what you're going to stream next as a Similars 4, I don't know what to do, honestly. It's like, it's either going to have to be, I'm eventually going to have to play that or Red Dead Redemption 2. And it just sucks. It's like, I heard there's, triggering shit in Red Dead Redemption 2. Similars 4 has that scene. It's just like, fuck. Because my OCD tells me that if I play Similars 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2, I relapse in my addiction. Even if that inherently doesn't lead to a relapse, my brain tells me if you play that stuff knowing it's in there, that's a relapse. So it's really it's really hard, man. It's hard. I hate it.